Welcome back, everybody. It is your boy Playmaker here, and we are going to jump right into this battle. It is the week 1 of the TBL playoffs against Brendan, who is the coach of the Trenton Thundurus, and he has a mighty interesting team. So we're actually going to lead off with our Landers Therian against his Donphan. I kind of expected him to want to get up rocks really quickly, so just turn 1, I go ahead and get my Intimidate off, try to weaken this Donphan in case he wants to do something. So I just hit the U-turn just because I don't really expect him to go for an Earthquake on a Landorus and just for him to try to set up his rocks. And I just want to try to bait him into wasting turns, if you will, and also to get momentum. I also have U-turn on this Jirachi. So we're going to go ahead and U-turn out into whatever he wants to go into. In this case, he goes into his Arcanine, and that has Intimidate, but it's not really going to matter much because we're just getting out of there as soon as we can. We're going to go ahead, get the U-turn off, get that momentum, and go right out into our Landers Therian, just because we can put in that pressure to either defog or to Earthquake, and I'm sure he doesn't want to take an Earthquake, even if he is physically defensive, and he's just going to go ahead and not risk it. He's going to withdraw, go out into the Donphan, which can probably take an Earthquake better, and I'm just going to go ahead and get that defog off. I just don't want my Charizard X to, or just, it'd be a regular Charizard actually, that would be taking rock damage, and I would be getting 50% off, and so yeah, he's going to recover some health with his leftovers. He's probably going to want to get those rocks up again, so I'm going to U-turn and go back right out, well, go right into my Charizard X, just because I doubt he has any Rock Stab, because I'm thinking he's Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Knockoff, Rapid Spin, or if not Knockoff, then Ice Shard. But it's possible. But I was leaning more towards the Knockoff just because he never went for the Ice Shard on my Landers Therian. He's going to go ahead and get an Intimidate off onto my Charizard X, and let's see here. Then, sorry, I just had a sneeze coming, and I didn't want to sneeze into the mic, so let's go ahead and withdraw into the Melodic. He's going to get his Toxic Orb off, which is fine. We can manage against this Melodic. We have answers for it. We're going to do some serious damage with Dragon Claw if we do decide to just go straight for damage, or if I want, I can just set up another Dragon Dance. But I go for the Dragon Claw here. Get whatever I can off. My damage calc actually said it was going to do a little over 50%, but surprisingly I didn't. And he actually goes for the Dragon Pulse. That's some interesting prep on his part. So I'm thinking he's Scald, Toxic, Dragon Pulse, and Recover just from that set. So no Ice Beam. I shouldn't really fear that if I ever do decide to leave my Landorus on his Melodic, but whatever. I just decided to go for another Dragon Claw just because there was a chance it would kill, especially after burn damage, and that Melodic is just a huge pain in the butt, as is this Arcanine. And in fairness, he didn't think that I would have the Dragon Claw. Or sorry, not Dragon Claw. He didn't think that I would have the. It was possible that I had Earthquake or didn't have Earthquake, but it was also possible that I had. It was either Earthquake or Roost, and I did end up carrying the Roost just for that situation. So I do go for the Dragon Claw, just try to kill everything I can. And he's going to send out his Donphan. At this point, I do expect him to either just go for Ice Shard, which he goes for Ice Shard, or for him to kill me with an Earthquake. But I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to go Flare Blitz and just kill him if I can. Because I didn't want him to get the leftovers And yeah, that was really my biggest concern. Because if he did, also he could have also just clicked Earthquake if I tried roosting, and it would have just been all for naught at that point. And I just wanted to get some damage off. And I go into Daruk's. I know he has Ice Shard, but it doesn't do really much, maybe like 20%. So, and I just decided to kill him with the Earthquake. Because I really didn't want anything else taking damage on my team, and Landorus is probably the bulkiest thing on my team. And he's going to go ahead and go out into his Melodic. And he's probably going to just get a free recover off, so I'm just going to go for Defog. And that's fine. I just did not want rocks up on my side of the field at all for the rest of the match, because that Donphin was out of the way. And so now I will just be able to U-turn out. And let's see, what did I go into again? Yes, the Arachnid, because he can't burn me with Scald. And yeah, I just was like, okay, I'll just go into Arachnid. And I have Heal Bell on my Sylveon, so in case he does want to try to Toxic me and whittle me down, then so be it. But it won't be for much, and he does go for the Toxic. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'll just Heal Bell with Sylveon whenever I really just get into it. And I was actually thinking that he was going to go for the double Toxic at this point, but I was like, you know what? Like, it doesn't really matter. I just need to be switched into the Pokemon that I think can handle this thing the best. So I just go, okay, let's go Sylveon. Oh no, sorry, I go Decidueye. That's right, I did bring Decidueye for this match. And yeah, he does go for double Toxic. And, Swords Dance plus Grassium Z would kill the Melodic. And yeah, I think that was what we were hoping for. So he goes out into the Kartana. I go for those Swords Dance. He has kind of a sticky web, but I do believe this thing is scarfed anyways, so it's just, he's going to outspeed no matter what. And he's just going to go ahead and go for the knockoff. But I'm actually holding the Z Crystal, so it's not going to do as much as he was hoping it would. And I do get the Spirit Shackle off and just hurt the Sting to the point where it's not going to be as big of a threat. And now I'm just going to go into Jirachi, and I'm pretty sure I would outspeed if I didn't. I was holding the Colbur Berry, so a knockoff would not do as much. And actually, I don't think he was Scarfed, because I did outspeed him right there. Unless he was Adamant, then that would have been the case. But anyways, I was just going to switch into my Kratos, my Arachnid, and he's going to send out his Melodic. It's pretty much a free recover for him if he wants to go for it, or a Toxic, really whatever he wants to go for. And so yeah, he just goes for the recover. And now this is the point where I'm like, okay, so my Sylveon just basically beats the rest of his team at this point. So I'm just gonna go for Calm Minds to set up, and I think he's just going to hope that I don't have the Heal Bell, just because, that would be his best bet. If he got the burn, that would have been pretty ideal in that situation, just because his toxic damage would not rack up and I wouldn't have to have revealed the Heal Bell. And yeah, we're just going to set up Calm Minds, and he's just going to go for the Toxic, hoping I don't have the Heal Bell. And it will be to his disappointment that I will be carrying the heal bell. Yeah, and pretty much it just gets a little bit stally. You know, I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's not my fault if he wants to toxic stall my Pokemon and just keep hitting recover. I mean, that's just the name of the game, right, guys? Like, but yeah, I also have Wish on this Sylveon as well, just for HP recovery, just because nothing on his team really 2-hit KOs my Sylveon. I'm max defense Sylveon, just so I can be defensive on the physical and the special side, as well as increase my special attack. I think that's really important in order to really tank hits better. Just because Sylveon's pretty slow. It's base 60, and I'm actually surprised that we are faster than this Melodic. Oh wait, that's right, because of Sticky Web, duh. Sorry guys, my mind is not entirely focused at times, but yeah, we're just going to set up combines, and you know, I'm thinking that you know, his only way of really beating me is if he has Trick, or at least beating this Sylveon is if he has Trick on the Latios with the Choice Scarf, or like a Choice Band, really, like anything that just prevents me from being able to set up Wishes and Heal Bells and all that stuff, and I just go for the Wish just to be on the safer side. I could have gone for Heal Bell, but I just figured that there would be something on his team that would hit me hard, if you will. So at least on the physical side, like a Side Shock from this Latios. I'm thinking that the Side Shock would have only done like 30% anyway, so maybe I should have gone for the Heal Bell in hindsight, but you know, it is what it is. And we just get that Wish off, fully recovered, and this toxic damage is gonna suck, but yeah, so now he brings in his Melodic, and I think he's just gonna go for damage at this point. But you know, it actually would have helped him if he had just, oh yeah, he did go for recover, that's right, just to stall out this toxic. I was actually going to say that he should have gone for recover if he had not, but he did go for recover, that's right. I had this battle last week, so I'm just trying to remember everything, but yeah, so Hyper Voice does end up killing after the second time, and lucky for him, my Sylveon dies from Toxic. I mean, that was the only way it was going to die. And he's now just left with this Lopunny, and I'm just going to try to intimidate this thing until it is super weak. That's really the plan here. And so yeah, I'm going to actually just U-turn out just so I can get another Intimidate off if need be. And you know, because of the Sticky Web, my Jirachi outspeeds, so I'm not particularly too worried about this thing. And he does have Power Punch. Okay, you can get back to normal attack, but it's not going to do much for you, because you're going to eventually have to click something that's not Power Punch. Like right here, for example, I'll just hit Heart Stamp and just end his season in the way that he wished it never ended. Yes, Shenron is on my side, guys. I am going to make all the wishes around here. So it was a good game to Brendan. He really played well. It ended up being, I think, a 3-0 in my favor, and Yeah, no, his team was particularly interesting to prep for just because he had multiple things he could have led off with. He could have led off with the Mega Lopunny, for example, or the Latios, just because it would be scarfed, and he could even like predict my Landorus lead and just hit Ice Beam, and then my Landorus would have been just Dunzos. But I was pretty much thinking of what the most likely thing he would lead off with, and that would be the Donphan. And so that's what I went with. All right, guys, my computer for some reason does not upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to end it here. And so our next match is up against Manbird, who is actually taking over T-Shen's team, which actually beat us in the regular season. Like I said, because of a Durant dig miss because of hustle. But, you know, new game, new player. And and frankly, like, you know, I'm not entirely too worried. It's just Pokemon. It's not like my future's online or anything, like compared to like medical school and everything. But that's another topic for another time. But in any case, I will catch you guys later and see you guys around for the next match, which would be up against the Fort Wayne Flare Blades. So, pieces, everybody.